Hey guys, I would like to share with you all some of the footage. You probably have seen them already. I guarantee you that if you start applying some of the tips and tricks that I am going to be sharing with you throughout this video, your gameplay will improve dramatically. Before we continue, I would like to put a disclaimer. If you are already insanely pro at Mobile Legends, then unfortunately this video is not for you. Number 1. Map awareness. Map awareness is the key to becoming a good Mobile Legends player. If you look at professional players, all of them are good at map awareness, but some of them are just a bit better than the rest. Always know what's happening, and they're always able to identify the game state no matter what's going on. Specifically, map awareness is your ability to look at the mini-map and extract information that you then consistently use to achieve your in-game goals. So, when you look at the mini-map, you're looking for specific things like whether the lanes are push, what's the state of the vision game, where are the enemies and allies, and what's the state of neutral objectives. For example, when I look at the map, I notice that the enemy is trying to take mid, while our Granger, Alice, is there to defend, and our Farsa is going back to back up the mid lane. So, I took this opportunity to continue to push the tower, since we have a full minion wave here. Number 2. Learn how each hero's item and spell works. In the tips this time, you have to know all the benefit of heroes, items and spells. If you know the benefits each of them, it will be easy for you to counter back the enemy. When talking about counters, players usually refer to certain heroes with outstanding abilities to disable, hamper and disrupt specific picks. Example of counter heroes: if your opponent use Harith, you can use Esme to counter back. Esme can absorb all the shields that generate by Harith. Or you can use Khufra, who can stop all types of hero dash like Harith. Other examples like Natalia can be counter with Rafaela, Leslie or Aldous. And many other heroes can be used to counter. We call it also as natural counter. Next is counter item and spell. If your opponent use hero like Uranus, Esme, Alice, Khalid, Alucard, Hylos or heroes that have high regen, and you are using mage hero, you can buy Necklace of Durance or short call is NOD. And if you are using physical hero, you can buy Deadly Blade or Sea Halberd to reduce 50% regen heroes benefit. And many other items can be used to counter. For more details, you can watch and learn from my upcoming videos. Number 4. One step ahead. Always try to be one step ahead of your opponent. Like other strategy games, if you can predict and know what your opponent is going to do, maybe this makes the game easier. You may not be able to make predictions all the time, but if you always remember this tip, maybe you can do it throughout the game. For example, we are going to take down the Lord, so I plan the trap to get vision and trap down whoever enemy is coming to disturb us. I notice that the Jawhead is coming. I predict that he will charge and toss me to Yi Sun Shin. I use the ulti before he toss me, so that I can easily stun the Yi Sun Shin to stop him.
Down, down, into the light.
Number 5. Be unpredictable. Always try to be unpredictable of your opponent. For example, Barat have ulti and he will spam the skill to keep the stack to become bigger and immune to CC, so I decide to avoid his first skill and back. Number 6. Watch and learn the enemy's pattern. It is important to observe the movement of the enemy, so that we know the movement, and can avoid dying with the same enemy over and over again. For example, since I know how this Argus play and how Argus skill works, I decide to use ulti before engage the Argus, so that I can instantly stop all the skill this Argus use and keep stay behind the Cooper and Alice from directly hit by Argus' second skill. These things are very basic, but unfortunately, it seems like many players don't do this often. So, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.